All right, very good. If there is a special session, when does it occur? This viewer wants to know that.
Well, I commented earlier in the program that I think that's pretty hard to predict. The governor is going to look at the issue over the weekend, and then he's going to begin meeting next week with House and Senate leadership. And it's very hard to predict exactly when the issues may be resolved. The governor really at this point has the upper hand because he's the only one that can call a special session. And obviously the Speaker of the House wants a special session. He announced that he wanted one actually this week. He was willing to go into session, I think the day after or a couple days after. So it's up to Governor Dayton and what he's able to work out with the leadership. Now, whether that'll be a week from now or a month from now is hard to predict.
We were pretty close to an agreement. And what concerns me is that the governor's saying he's going to take the weekend to figure out what he needs in this bill. And the bill is already pretty big. There are some of us, Representative Vogel carried a bill this year to cap the amount of debt service that we pay for, because we've essentially doubled the amount that we pay on debt service, principal and interest on these bonds, just since 2013. Back in 2013, we were paying just under $400 million. We're starting to approach $1 billion in just paying for the borrowing we've already done. And so we need to look at capping how much of our budget, how much of our revenue is going to be going to that debt service. And that was part of the calculation dating back to the 70s and 80s. It was taken out in 2009, and I think it's something we need to put back in.
The governor, though, has every right to weigh in on what conditions he would agree to a special session to. Because keep in mind that this bonding bill, as it was described earlier, sort of like a missile, was just shot across University Avenue to the Senate, and the Senate had 15 minutes to act on it. The governor, I don't think I've seen in any news reports, had any opportunity to weigh in on what was included in it or not. He had put out a bill earlier in the session that had a list of his priorities, but again, this was a take it or leave it bill that was a high stakes gamble on the part of the Speaker of the House, and it failed because he then, I would also point out later, it came out that he had agreed to this 20% funding for Hennepin County to be able to levy to meet the local match for Southwest. That wasn't included in the bill. Had it been included in the bill, as the Speaker said it was, then maybe we wouldn't even be here discussing a special session. But because the Speaker did not tell the truth to the Majority Leader of the Senate, then we're also in this pickle where now the governor, I believe, has every right to demand that projects like the health sciences building at the University of Minnesota Duluth be included. There are other programs or proposals that should be included in that bill too that are really crucial. That
Representative Albright, I want to give you we only got about 40 seconds left to give
well,
the last word.
I think maybe let's finish with the bonding bill. From that perspective, the governor is in a position where I think he can provide what is needful most to the Minnesotans, and that's capital renovations. But in saying so, you can build it, but you also have to maintain it, and that's where he pers. So I would just say that the bonding bill is large. We have great needs, but once you build something, you have to take care of it. And being a good steward of the amenities that we put up around here, we've got to be very mindful of which ones take priority. So before we build a new one.